Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub, Pub Sports Radio, Monday, December the 5th. Ian Cameron, Dutch Boy Fresh, Skee Profit, TROT Wham. We're back, the OG Monday edition of the NBA Pub Hub, ready to break down the Monday NBA card. 8 games on tap. We'll begin with the Milwaukee Bucks and the Orlando Magic. Milwaukee 9.5-point road favorites here, 225.5 being the total in this game. The Milwaukee Bucks obviously coming off a bounce-back performance on Saturday night after a loss to the Lakers on Friday. They bounced back on the road, beat the Charlotte Hornets 105 to 96. Pretty good situation for them, all things considered. See if they can keep it rolling here in Orlando. I mean, to me, this is a Bucks or pass type of spot. They're laying a sizable number. They do have some concerns in the lineup in terms of Brook Lopez, Chris Middleton, and Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen's got a foot injury, questionable. Brook Lopez might be rested, not really an injury, but might be rested tonight by Budenholzer. So we'll see if he plays. Looks like Middleton will play. He's been upgraded to probable. So it's more so Brook Lopez, Grayson Allen. We're wondering about their status. Giannis is playing. Drew Holiday is playing as well. As for Orlando, they continue to just have a hard time of it. There's no doubt. They get blown out by Toronto Saturday night, 121-108. Lose by double digits to Cleveland. Blown out by Atlanta. Just ugly performances the last 3 games. They're only 1-6 against the number in their last 7, so I'm not in any interest to back Orlando. I would only look Milwaukee, but I'm waiting to see who's in. And even then, I might pass on this one. Skee, what do you think here, Bucks and Magic?
Magic have been pretty pathetic lately, honestly. They lost every game the last 2 weeks by, I think, an average of a little bit over 15 points per game. But they are a little bit healthier than they've been right now. So that's the one thing they have going for them. But, I feel like with the Stars getting a little bit of extra rest for Milwaukee, maybe some time to, just get that chemistry back right. And this is a team that they usually dominate. They've won 10 games in a row. And I know 4 of the last 5 have all been by double digits. They usually smoke these Magic. And Magic, 4 of the last 5 games, they've lost by double digits. So I just think the offense is too poor on Orlando side. For what the Bucks can do defensively, and I think they finally put it together offensively too. So Bucks minus 9.5 full game is where I'm at.
All right, liking the Bucks here to roll past the Orlando Magic. Dutch, what do you think here, Milwaukee, Orlando?
Yeah, man. Real quick, salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. I love Medicate Mondays, man. We got the 4 motherfucking originals, like our boy Big Zo in the chat said, OGs. We break bread. And most definitely, we will hit him over the motherfucking head. Winter Circle, I see my man LJ from H-Town. I seen you out there vibing with Mr. Bless him Ick in H-Town in Houston, but it was a Brown. It looked like the Browns got a little down. But yeah, man, this game, the Bucks, fear the motherfucking deer. Are they going to show up? I mean, if they show up, they run these boys out the motherfucking gym, even the B squad, right? So I made money off them on Saturday, honestly, when Giannis and Drew and the whole damn crew got slotted out, and we still covered the 3 first half against the Hornets. Probably the same thing in this game, but I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to sit back and chill. No action for me. Wham Bam, what are you doing with this one, my man?
Yeah, I'm not taking the Bucks first half, bro. They haven't been covering in the first half. The only 2 of the last 10 games they covered. I'm not touching that. But as far as the Magic, I mean, do we trust the Magic, bro? Especially with them guys coming in and out the lineup. You don't know who's playing. You got Wendell out. You got Markelle Fultz possibly going to take over the reins. Franz Wagner, his big brother's out showing them over the last few games, and I've been pissed off because I've been on the Franz Wagner train until his brother started to go crazy. So I kind of don't want to touch no prop in here other than Apollo Banchero, because obviously over 18.5 points seems like good money. He's hit that 67% of the time so far this year. That's the only thing I'm thinking here. But other than that, this is a Blackwood and ain't exotic at all. It got some C's in this shit.
Uh-oh.
There it is. How about that? The first exotic, and it ain't first backwood of the show. It ain't from Dutch. Shocker. Who
I was kind. I was kind of being kind. It was, I let Wham take it because it is. It definitely is.
Who had that on their NBA pub-up bingo card? Wham to have the first backwood here.
Don't worry, there's many more.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next up, how about this one? This is ugly. You got a team that maybe you don't. Who do you trust the least, or trust the most, or who do you mistrust the least? There you go. Clippers and Hornets next up. You got the Clippers 4-point road favorites, 216.5 the total. It looks like for the Hornets, there's still no LaMelo Ball. There's still no Gordon Hayward, and it looks like Cody Martin's out too for them for this game tonight. As for the Clippers, Paul George questionable, Kawhi questionable for this game. They're questionable every game of the fucking season, it seems, at this point. George has missed the last 7 games rather for the Clippers. Kawhi has missed the last 6 games for the Clippers. Both of them questionable. I'm leaning a little bit to Charlotte. I actually, believe it or not, trust the Clippers less right now, if you can believe that. What we've seen from them the last couple of games, they get blown out by the Jazz, blown out by the Kings at home, 123-96. They've also had a weird schedule where, and the NBA and the NHL's done this too, they send these teams on this little road trip. They come back home for one game and they're back on the road again. It makes no damn sense. At Portland, at Utah, they come home to play Sacramento. Now they send the Clippers back out on the road all the way to the East Coast now against Charlotte. So it's not a great scheduling situational travel spot for the Clippers either. I'm not saying the Hornets are great, but we did see them beat Philly at home, beat Minnesota at home, beat Washington on Friday night at home, back-to-back against a ornery Bucks team. I'm not going to hold it against them that they lost that game 105-96. It would be Charlotte plus the points for me, but again, I'm going to wait to see who's in for the Clippers here. This dynamic duo, or maybe not so much lately, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. What do you think here, Skee? Clippers and Hornets?
I really, would like to know who's in for this game. I think if I was going to bet it, though, I probably would go with the under, just because. I mean, Kawhi in, that means more defense. Neither team, well, Charlotte's kind of play a little bit more up-tempo, but Clippers, last 5 games, they're not really playing that fast. Both teams top 10 defending the 3, and I just don't really trust either team on offense right now. So lean towards the under, nothing strong enough to play. And to what you said on the side, if I think Kawhi and Paul George are going to be in, you probably want to get the best of the number if you like the Clippers now. But like you said, I think the Hornets are 3-1 straight up and against the spread the last 2 weeks at the house. So it's just a game I can't find an angle to play.
All right, so passing on this one for Skee. All right, Dutch, what do you think here, Clippers Hornets?
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy, Mr. Trifecta. Nasty Nate, I see you, my man. Clean eating yesterday against them Brooklyn Nets. I see you, my guy. Nets bets in the building. I see you. Yeah, Star Child said it, man. Back with this motherfucker.
All right.
There we go. That's more like it from our guy Dutch. And you're right, this is an ugly game. I wanted to throw something out there that personally I'd be closer to taking Charlotte in this game than I would the LA Clippers. How about you, Wham?
I think we agree there, bro. I'm with you. I don't. Even if Kawhi in the lineup, y'all, I think he's too buff, bro. I think he's too strong out there. He just don't. He's gonna be clanking, bro. He's gonna be clanking out there. Paul George, he will be helping out. So if he's in the lineup, that would be somebody that I'll be a little troubled with. But I think the Hornets can pull it off here. The problem with this Clippers team is not just as far as their defense has been up and down. They have been pretty consistent on that side of the ball, though. I will say that they haven't been as bad as other teams. So they haven't cracked in the bottom 5 in defense or anything like that. But what they have been in the bottom with at a long span this season is in turnovers. They're ranked, I believe, 27th in turnover percentage so far this year. And the Hornets actually have the 5th best points off of turnover so far this year and number 2 in that regard over the last 5 games. So they actually been able to take turnovers and convert them into points. Problem with this Hornets team is that their offense haven't been really well. So if you're giving them easier buckets, which I believe that they could possibly get out of there, I would agree with Babano. I think that the Hornets probably are a good spot here just because they could get in transition and they could possibly get those points off of turnovers against this team. The problem is that in the last 10 years, they only won and covered twice against this team, bro. In 2017, 2014, bro. So I know we don't like saying the do word. They might be due. You know what I'm saying? They might be due to get it done. So I kind of agree with you, Babano, but I haven't bet this game.
All right, next up, we got Boston, Toronto, Raptors and Celtics. It is the Raptors now favored, 1.5 point home favorites, 227.5 the total in this game. My first inclination is always either Boston or Boston team total over when I see the Celtics on the schedule. They have been incredibly good offensively, but all of a sudden the last 2 games, not so much. I mean, they stayed under I can't believe I lost the Boston team total over on Friday, the game against Miami that went to overtime. I mean, stuck on 116. They couldn't get just another damn bucket in the final minute of overtime. That was hard. That one, they end up losing 120 to 116 in that game. And then the Sunday night, last night against Brooklyn, 103-92 defensive game. Not as efficient from the Celtics. Now they're on a back-to-back here against the Raptors. Raptors are starting to develop one hell of a fucking home road split. I'm telling you. They have been brutal at times on the road, 3-9 straight up, but they're 9-2 at Scotiabank Arena here in Toronto at home. I mean, that home court's been terrific for them, and they obviously had those two road losses at Brooklyn and New Orleans. Come back home, face Orlando on a back-to-back, and even with them being on a back-to-back, it is Orlando, a bad team, and the Raptors put it to them, 121-108. Definitely situational rest advantage, all that good stuff, and home court has been strong. All that in Toronto's favor, but Toronto's also had an issue beating better teams lately. That's another thing that I've got an issue with. So I think it's a spot edge for Toronto. It's going to keep me off Boston, but it's not enough to put me on Toronto either. So I'm out of this game, other than maybe a lean to the Celtic team total, but I'm going to pump the brakes on that maybe for now that it's failed to cover, or failed to cash, I should say, in 2 straight games. What do you think here, Skee, Celtics and Raptors?
Come on, talk that
Yeah.
shit.
No, I don't know which side you want me to be on, Dutch, but I'm not stepping in front of the Celtics. I know that. I've seen enough. You know what I'm saying? I've seen enough.
He had a long weekend. He had a long weekend. Mr. Party guy. Go ahead, bro.
I'm not doing it, bro. Until they fall off, like for a couple games or something, y'all can have it. You know what I'm saying? So for everybody who like the Raptors, I wish you luck. If I'm betting this game, I'm gonna look at the total, and I just think it's a little bit too high. I mean, if you like the Raptors side anyway, you know they're gonna win this game by playing some defense. And neither team really playing up tempo. Bottom 10 in pace the last 5 games. Both teams pretty decent defending the 3. I'm looking at what both teams have done. Boston on the road, Toronto at home the last 2 weeks. I think they're combined 5-1 to the under, averaging a little bit under 210 points per game. So I think I would be looking towards under 228 if I'm betting this game.
All right, good stuff. And shout out to Razor in the chat who likes the Raptors here as his gambler's first glance top play in the NBA. And Billy Briz in the chat as well. You'll see him, of course, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday right here, of course, on the NBA Pub Up 3 days a week. So Billy Briz, I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. Dutch, how about you? What are you thinking here, Boston, Toronto?
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy Spencer, bringing the North vibes. All the other cats from the North, man. Shout out right now, man. Fuck what Skee had to say about that shit. It's the motherfucking Raptors. It's spot. Bobato touched on it. He dabbled in it a little bit. It's situational, man. It's a beautiful motherfucking thing right here. It's a spot right here for the Raptors. And you said they 9-2 at the house. They handle business at the house. 8-3 against the motherfucking number. 9-3 as a favorite straight up. It's Toronto Raptors is what it is. You want more details? Go to FG, Gambler's First Glance, and get the whole motherfucking breakdown. I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to get in that ass. They're going to get in Boston's ass tonight. Back to back. They put it on Brooklyn. That was a game they really cared about. They didn't want to go through customs. Remember last night, like Skee said it's cold outside? Well, they don't want to go through the motherfucking customs, goddammit. All right? It's going to be a bad spot, bad situation. I'm telling you right now, the Raptors going to put it on them. Full game, Raptors -1, good money.
Just occurred to me, you can tell I've done a bunch of shows this year, college football Saturday morning with DJ Big Boss, because he's got me saying all that good stuff. I said that just a minute ago. He says that a lot when he's breaking down a game, all that good stuff. I'm picking up his habits now.
Yeah, it's good habits. DJ got some good habits, bro.
All that good stuff. Yeah. Shout out to DJ
He got some
Big
bad
Boss.
ones too. Shout out to DJ.
He got
Glad
some
he's
bad
back
ones
on his
too,
feet.
He got some bad ones too.
Glad he's back on his feet too and
Most
feeling
definitely.
better. No question
Hell
about
yeah.
it. Wham, how about you? What do you think,
Hell
Boston,
yeah,
Toronto?
my boy Boss back on his feet, and I'm right there with you, Dutch and Razor, bro. I ain't gonna lie though, my first initial look into this was a square look. I'm thinking, man, the Celtics, they giving it to us as dogs, bro. They giving us to us as dogs. You look at the spot, like you said, don't nobody want to go through customs. Customs ain't no joke, bro. Customs ain't no joke. What they have been doing is being great off of back-to-back, though. This is not the same as the back-to-back that we're going to talk about later on for this Dallas game. This is a real back-to-back. They got to go through customs. They got to do it through a lot of stuff. They don't got to go just 2 hours away. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. In this game, 4-0 off of with no rest as far as the Boston 3-1 ATS. I agree that I'm glad that Marcus Smart is in, but I think Malcolm Brogdon being game time decision is going to really hurt him if he's out. That boy has actually been cooking as of late. Last 3 games, he's been shooting 43% from 3, 43% from the year for the whole season. I'm sorry, as a team, but 64% from 3. Malcolm Brogdon has been shooting, and I think you taking him out and you take out Al Horford and you got Siakam coming back, and I think that's the reason why you guys haven't been able to, beat good teams. Siakam hasn't really been available to play those good teams. We know what type of time he's on. He's on an all-NBA tear right now because if he gets the all-NBA, he gets that Supermax. I expect him to have a really good game against this team in the Celtics. I don't want to go against him just as much as Skee did. That's why I haven't bet him yet. But I'm thinking Raptors too, and I think you guys may be talking me onto it, bro.
If I bet the Raptors tonight, just know I'm blaming y'all if it lose.
Hey, I'll tell you. Hey, I'm on it with you, bro. I'll tell you. If you lock it in too, I think you're on the right spot.
Although I will say this, to back up you guys that like Toronto tonight, this feels like Cleveland when they played the Cavaliers at home. Cavaliers were on the back-to-back. The customs, you mentioned that. We mentioned the same shit. The customs,
bro.
The travel, and it's aggravating. And Raptors beat the Cavs, and Cavs are a pretty good basketball team.
Yeah, but the
Cavs
are not
a little beat up too. We haven't touched on it. Smart didn't play. I mean, that was a tough game yesterday. They played against Brooklyn, and then Brogdon beat up a little bit. They're gonna take advantage of it.
Yeah, we'll definitely see it. Definitely situational. Yeah, definitely situationals pointing to the Raptors here. We'll see if they can take advantage of it. All right, we've got Oklahoma City coming up next. Oklahoma City and Atlanta. Atlanta Hawks 6-point favorites. Look at this total. Can it get any higher? It opened 232. It's 237 in some spots. A lot of points being forecast. I wouldn't argue with that. Both teams should be able to get up and down the court, see a lot of points. OKC is not a team I'm looking to bet unders with for the most part right now. They've been going up and over the total. Trae Young in this incident here with Nate McMillan on Friday. Obviously, that's been talked about quite a bit. They had a little spat, a little argument at shoot around on Friday. It resulted in Trae Young saying, "Fuck this guy. I'm not playing Friday night against the Denver Nuggets." And that was a bizarre situation there. Is it water under the bridge? Can they get past that? Is there still a rift? Is there still an issue between the two guys coming out of that Friday night game? From all indications, Trae Young is back and will be on the court tonight and in the lineup here, despite the little verbal fight that he had with his coach. Sunday, McMillan said it's a miscommunication. Young's not going to face any discipline. They're not going to have a team suspension or anything like that. They're trying to downplay it. Nate's trying to downplay it. Trae is trying to downplay it. So we'll see if they just can mend fences and carry on like nothing happened tonight and beyond against Oklahoma City. We'll have to wait and see on that. But I don't like seeing shit like that. And now you're asking me to lay 6 points with this team. I have no idea, honestly, what to expect here from Atlanta. Now, they did, to their credit, beat Denver 117-109 without Trae Young in the lineup that night. And you got to give them credit for doing so. Again, sometimes people overreact, and sure enough, they got the job done against Denver that game. Now you get Trae Young back. I'm kind of leaning Oklahoma City. I like this team catching points. They've been a hard, gutsy team, losing by 4 to the Pelicanos without SGA. And, of course, now they will have SGA. They're fully healthy now. Pokusevski's healthy. They got everybody on deck, all hands on deck here, OKC. They almost beat the Pelicans, won and covered against San Antonio. They beat the Wolves as underdogs on the road outright in their last game. I'm kind of leaning OKC here, getting points. I like them in that dog roll. I lean over the total as well, although you're not getting as good of a number now. That total's been hammered up almost 5 points. What do you think here, Skee? Lots of stuff going on here with Thunder and Hawks.
Yeah, I'm going to be a Thunder buddy tonight, man. I have to. It's just, for one, Thunder are 8-2 against the spread as a road dog. And just they don't even like each other over there in Atlanta. It's just too much going on, man. So you giving me 6 points, a few possessions. I don't see anybody over there playing defense stopping SGA tonight. And Thunder are going to stay in this game by playing the defense. They're top 10 the last 5 games. So Thunder plus a 6, that's good enough for me.
I'm going to be like Mary J. Blige here. No more drama. All right? No more drama here. I don't like this drama here with the Atlanta Hawks. Not at all. Laying points too, laying 6. No thanks here. Not going to happen. I like OKC as well. All right, Dutch, what do you think here? OKC, Atlanta.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy DK, man, with the comment of the motherfucking day. He said Trey played his best defense on Friday night. Hey, that's the motherfucking truth. Real talk. Hey, I told y'all motherfuckers, I believe maybe even 2 years ago, Trey is not the motherfucking way. And now Nate McMillan's saying that goddamn shit. You know? Come on. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm going to keep it a hundo. Fuck that little motherfucker. Billy, I got a lot of love for you, but he said free Trey Young, man. Fuck Trey Young. Get him the fuck out of here. Devontae Murray is better than that motherfucker. Like I said it would be. And I said at the start of this show, at the start of the season, this shit would not work. It would not work. So get a little Trey's ass out the motherfucking way. He too small. He ain't the keys. And you see Skee, he already done. He's a Thunder buddy tonight. He's off the fucking boat. So I'm telling you right now, Trey got to go. And I side with Nate McMillan. Fuck that. You get in your ass, you act like a little bitch and don't play basketball. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's that little kid shit. Fuck Trey Young. Devontae Murray, it's going to be his show. Believe that. Get what you can out of little Trey and move the fuck on. But Atlanta, I'm not laying 6 with them. But, hey, I wouldn't be surprised if they rallied. Look what they did against Denver the other night with out 3 of their starting players. So I'd be, a little sketchy fading Atlanta. I can't lie. But Trey and Giddey, that backcourt, they should do wonders against the motherfucking Trey in their ass.
Interesting game. How do they come together? And they if they come together, play their A game, they could whip OKC, but I'm not sure they will. And number 2, OKC's all they've done is just gut it out every game and hang in there and be competitive. I mean, the Thunder have been great at that for almost a month now. And SGA, like I say, better damn well make that Western Conference All-Star team. That's all I have to say. What do you think here, Wham Bam?
I agree with you. I think he might get 30 tonight. Even that being said, I still think that the Hawks covered, bro. I was really ready to put that in before the show. I was like, man, let me wait until I talk to my guys before I lock this shit in. Y'all really talking me off of it. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all talking me off of it. Oh, everybody Thunder buddies except for me? Oh, hell no. Nah. Am I on the wrong side here? Are the Hawks on the road right now or what? Like, because they should be at the house. And I mean, the narrative right now is totally against the Hawks. Man, I think of this game as like, what would SportsCenter rather put up? Would they rather say that, yeah, it was a spat, he didn't show up to shoot around and yada, yada, then came out and dropped 40 and beat the shit out of the Thunder that's going for Victor Wembanyama? Or would it be SGA going off of 40 and it'd be like they just terrible? It's terrible. What's going on with the Hawks? Trade John Collins, whoever the case. He's not playing here. I think DeAndre Hunter just got announced out as well for the Hawks. So I'm thinking Capella rebounds. What's up, Skee? Like, what we doing, bro? Is Capella rebounds lit today or what? Like, is he going up for 16 rebounds today? I wouldn't be surprised if that is. I'm thinking Hawks here, but the way you guys are talking, maybe I want to just scratch out all my notes here, bro, because I was thinking Hawks. I thought the narrative was strong for Trey to come back, get 10-plus assists, and ball the fuck out. But, again, he hasn't been able to shoot well. So I kind of would agree there. But, man, I haven't bet this game yet, but maybe I'm happy I didn't because I would have been having to beat my chest here and say Hawks. But I don't want to hear that Hawk sound from I'm not hearing that Hawk sound from Ian is stopping me, bro. I ain't going to lie. Not hearing the Hawk sound from Ian is stopping me, bro.
There we go. No Hawks tonight. I like this Thunder, and I have a good read with the Thunder. Thunder in the over, and that's what I'm probably going to roll with here. And good point by Zhao K, if I'm saying that properly in the chat. Thunder and Hawks top 10 in pace. Yes, you're definitely going to see that. Both sides, no question, pushing that ball up the court. All right, next up, we've got Philadelphia, Houston. Philly's up to 8.5 point road favorites here in H-Town. 222 the total in this one. The 76ers, they've been kind of frustrating for me. I took a shot with them against Memphis plus the points, and they lose by 8, just barely failing to cover in that one. The 2 back-to-back losses for them now at Cleveland and Memphis looking to rebound. 2 days off. Should get the bounce back here against Houston, a Rockets team that has lost 3 of their last 4, failed to cover 3 of those last 4. Yet they did have a stunner at Phoenix on Friday night. 11.5 point dogs. They win 122-101. Where were you guys in Denver, you stupid fucks? I mean, I took you twice against the Nuggets, and then you go to Phoenix and you end up beating them outright as 11.5 point underdogs. So my read on Philly's no good. My read on Houston lately is no good. So easy pass for me. Skee, what do you think? Sixers, Rockets.
Nah, I'm gonna just real quick pass it to my guy Wham Bam because I ain't touching this one.
Yeah, I'm on this one, man. I'll jump in front of Dutch on this one. Listen. Ain't no way.
I don't want
Ain't no way Houston going out like this, y'all. The Deshaun Watson came and took their soul yesterday. It ain't happening 2 times in a row, bro. James Harden ain't got it like that, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Let's talk about this, though. The Rockets are tied with the least amount of home games with Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets got it at the tail end of their season while their season was pretty favorable towards the end of the stretch. The Rockets just had a tough stretch to start the year. They've been 7-1 ATS in the first half at the house. This is screaming a spot to take them early. Put our hands up. They're going for the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes as well. We could just put our hands up and leave them alone for the full game. I did look into James Harden being added into the lineup, his on and off spots for the opponents. When he's off the floor, the opponent's offensive rating drops 5 points. When he's on, goes up 5 points. So I expect the defense to take a back seat. When he was out over these last few games, they were top 10 in defensive rating. They actually played pretty well defense. So I expect the defense to take a back seat, let alone, again, we're talking narratives. The narrative is strictly here about the Rockets not being that good team compared to the Sixers team. And I expect that the Sixers, trying to figure out things, happy that they have James Harden, that maybe playing a little bit lax on the defensive side of the ball, maybe just focusing on offense, getting their offense back where it should be. I expect them to play well offensively. Don't get me wrong, because the Rockets can't stop nobody. But the Rockets being able to score on these guys, I expect that to happen here as well. So I like the Rockets early. And y'all know what we did last time on Monday. We went to Jabari Smith Jr. over 2.5 3-point makes. He did lose it last game against Draymond Green. He's been playing some good defenders. Draymond Green, Aaron Gordon twice last week. This is Tobias Harris today. I ain't scared of Tobias Harris compared to those other two. So let me get Jabari Smith Jr. over 2.5 3-point makes. Again, he's averaging 2.8 3-point makes over the last 6 games, 47% shooting from 3 with 6 3-point attempts. I expect him to get those attempts tonight against a team that Silas. You got to be looking at this game as well. It's James Harden against Paul Silas today. I think James gets the full game, but the first half, the Rockets 4.5, and then Jabari Smith Jr. over 2.5 3-point makes. Dutch, what you doing here, man? Is this a backwoods? Is it nasty, bro? What's going on? It's not it's not that nasty, bro. If you look deep into it, but is it nasty?
I do believe it's exotic. It is exotic, and I agree with you. Shout out to you, Capper Sports. I see you, my dude. Keep doing your thing. Top set in the motherfucking building. I do agree with you, Wham Bam. But this is that classic right here, Rockets play. I think Rockets plus 8.5 first half is good money. I really do. But you know me, you're going to take an awful lot for me to put my money on the motherfucking Houston Rockets. I cannot do it. I'm going to root for you, though, my guy. But when I look at this, just right out straight, ain't no way I'm laying motherfucking 8.5 on the road with James Harden coming back. You know he's going to fucking dribble the shit out of that basketball, fuck up the whole rotation for everything else they got going. But they are on another level than, the Houston Rockets. But 8.5, man, I wouldn't, this could be a competitive basketball game. Just by what we see, it's the NBA, it's the fuckery, and this game got it all over it. 8.5 looked like good money to me. But yeah, I can't. It's so hard to put my money on the Houston Rockets. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, definitely. But it feels like now you're at least getting the best of the number. This has gone up to 8.5 if you like the Houston Rockets here. All right, Miami and Memphis. We've got the Heat now, 4.5 point road favorites, 218.5 the total in this game. We've already seen a big move toward Miami in this game, obviously due to the situation with Memphis where you've got Tyus Jones, Dylan Brooks, the rookie out of Colorado State, David Roddy, Santi Aldama, and Steven Adams expected to be your starting 5, which tells you there's a shit ton of key cogs out for the Memphis Grizzlies. John Morant out, Desmond Bane out, Jaren Jackson out. It looks like LaRavia, Zaire Williams game time decision. So obviously a lot of key personnel missing for the Grizzlies. On the flip side, you've got Miami. They should have Lowry, Martin, Bam Adebayo going to play. Tyler Hero upgraded to probable. Jimmy Butler questionable with a right knee. But I think when it comes to shove, he's probably going to play if I had to guess, although that hasn't been confirmed yet. So obviously you can understand the move toward Miami with all that is missing for Memphis. But if you haven't bet it now, would you bet it now? If you haven't, no, I wouldn't lay 4.5. Skee, what do you think? Heat Grizzlies.
Yeah, it's hard to give an opinion on this now because everything has just been moving so crazy. But I'll just tell you, I put my money on under 226.5, and I put my money on Heat plus 2.5. So I'm in good positions tonight. And really, you guys know I rock with the rest advantage. It's 2 days to zero. Probably why you see the whole team out for this Memphis side. And you know the Heat, more of a defensive team. So I think it'll be a slower paced game. I think the Heat, probably really cover probably easily now and just hold the Memphis side down. So Heat and under was my play.
Yeah, definitely. You're in at great numbers. No question about that. You got in early, which is good. Memphis, you're right, back-to-back situation. And again, when we're talking the losses of Morant and Bane in the same game, and Jackson, that's your three top scorers. And that's a total of, if you add it all up, it's a total of 81. All right, count it. 81 or 72, I should say. 71. Yeah, 71 points per game out of your lineup from those three guys. So think about how much they contribute to Memphis. Bane, Jaren Jackson, Ja Morant had 71 on average points per game out of your lineup. That's way over three. That's a good 3/4 of what you get offensively from the entire team in those three guys. So you can understand why without those three, where's the points going to come from for the Grizzlies tonight? What do you think here, Dutch? Miami, Memphis.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy Jay Peasy. He got the plus 1.5. Not as good as our guy Ski, but pretty fucking good. LJ liking the Bam double. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. This motherfucking game stink like a motherfucker. I think the Grizzlies plus 4.5 might be good money, but hey, man, I'm gonna fucking back with this bitch, just like my boy Spence said. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah, 8-2 straight up at the house for Memphis. I mean, you got to get, and 3-8 on the road for Miami straight up. I mean, the home road tells you bet Miami here plus 4.5. But again, talking about so much of that Memphis team that makes them go, not on the court tonight. What do you think here, Wham?
Yeah, man.
That's the sentiment from all of us.
That's exactly what it is. I was trying to wait for him to get his. He was like, man, he has lungs on him, bro. Yeah, I'm like Skee, man. I hopped on here early. I got the money line with the Heat. I still think that what I capped here makes the most sense. The Heat been holding opponents to the number one points in the paint, the least amount of points in the paint, 44 points in the paint. We've been talking about the Memphis Grizzlies quite a few years. I always talk about the points in the paint because that's what they want to do. They're top 5 in points in the paint and fast break points over the last 5 games. The Heat have been holding opponents to the 5th lowest points in fast break points. So even if Ja Morant is not out, they're still going to run the same type of game plan. They're going to still try to do the same thing. They don't have the shooters that's going to be able to compete with Tyler Hero and these boys on the other side. I think that this is still a good spot for the Heat. You may still see the number move even more that Jimmy Butler gets announced in. Like you said, Skee, he's had a few games to get back right. Most likely he'll be locked in on his game. And if he's in the game, I expect this to probably get to 6. So you still probably are getting a good number here with the Heat. I'm on it. I'm not double dipping it, though, because I'm already in there. But I like the Heat today, too. And I expect them to win by probably more than 8 points.
All right, liking the Heat and liking them to cover here as well, even with the line move in play. All right, we got 2 games left, Phoenix and Dallas. One of the better games tonight. Dallas, 3.5 point home favorites, 221.5 being the total in this game. Mavs, been a very choppy start to the season for the Dallas Mavericks. 500, 11-11. And how about how bad they've been against the number? 6-15-1 against the spread for the Dallas Mavericks this year. So they haven't been good to their backers. They're off a win in Madison Square Garden Saturday afternoon. It was a very early start, 121-100. That has been a rough stretch since then. Prior to that for the Mavericks, they had lost 5 of their last 6 games. We'll see if they can return home and get the job done here against Phoenix. I kind of think it kind of looks like, wait a minute, Dallas favored here. I think Dallas favored for a reason. Phoenix has been average on the road. Phoenix has been ordinary away from home this year. You look at the Suns, they enter this game 4-5 with their road record straight up, 5-4 ATS, but just 4 wins in 9 road games. And the wins were San Antonio, Sacramento, the last 2. I mean, nowhere close to as competitive as Dallas. It feels like Dallas is kind of favored for a reason here. All hands are on deck. Christian Wood is the one person that's game time decision with an illness, but everybody else healthy for this Dallas team. Phoenix, of course, still without the same cogs they've been without for a while. Crowder, Craig, Cam Johnson, Chris Paul still out for them. I got a sneaking suspicion Dallas is the right side here. I just do. I'm definitely going to look toward the Mavs here for something, laying the short number. What do you think here, Skee? Suns and Mavs.
Yeah, they'll just have to make me a believer. I get it. They've been winning the games and not covering, but they still got to cover here. Phoenix could keep it close, if not win this game. So Dallas, I think I've only seen them cover like two, maybe three games going all the way back to October. So you got to show me. I get Phoenix is also on a back-to-back, but the max, anybody played was 27 minutes. So I don't think they're too taxed from that game. They're top 5 offensive rated and rebounding team the last 5 games. So I think the edge there, and I think they're a better defensive team too. So I just got to ride with the Suns getting the points. You have to show me. Mavericks are 0-10 against the spread after winning the game. Show me.
All right, show us, says Skee. And Phoenix did beat them last time, 107-105. That was the playoff revenge game, October in Phoenix. And I'll tell you what, 107-105 for Phoenix, but they needed a huge, huge second half to come back in that game. They were down 62-45 at halftime. Dallas was rolling early in that game, and they needed to come all the way back in the second. And they did, credit to them. And we'll see. Now Dallas on the other side looking to avenge that defeat. And it just feels like, with Phoenix being so and again, that was in Phoenix. Now they're on the road. They've been ordinary on the road. So like I say, I'm leaning Mavs here. What do you think, Dutch? Phoenix, Dallas.
Skee, my friend. You're going to learn today, my guy. You're going to learn today. He says, show me. Well, God damn it. You're going to see against Toronto, and you're going to see against these motherfucking boys tonight. It's Luka the Don. It's the stars out, boy. And in Dallas, they're going to shine like they've been doing against these Suns. Now, they are 3-0. Last 3 meetings versus these boys in Dallas, average win 15 points per game. It's only going to continue, man. It's a spot play right here. Dallas is going to get him. Obviously, they played without CP for a while. I think you'll see them miss him tonight. Dallas, say what you will about the motherfucking numbers. They're 9-3 straight up at the house this year. So they do win basketball games at the house. Short number here. Obviously, it's creeping up a little bit. I still do endorse the 3. The Mavs are, and it is Medicate Monday, so this is what really sold me. They're 9-1 straight up on the motherfucking Medicate Monday. So I'm gonna take that to the motherfucking window. And the Suns, you touched on it. They are somewhat of a fade on the road, only 4-5 straight up Obano on the road, and they are 1-4 ATS last 5 on the road against a winning team with a home winning percentage greater than 60%. And I'm telling you right now, it's first half, it's full game. Dallas, Luka can get in that ass. Booker will probably have a game, but I look for Hardaway, who had a great game in New York, to continue that as well. Dinwiddie kind of get back to what he looked like. I do expect Christian Wood to be out there as well. Rebound the basketball, knock down open shots, and Luka will handle motherfucking rest. Believe it. Dallas Mavericks -3. It's good money.
There you go, Dallas -3 for Dutch. All right, Wham. Tiebreaker here. What do you think?
We was all out there in San Antonio this year, y'all. It ain't that far from Dallas. This is not the same back-to-back like we were talking about going across from Customs, going in that direction. Devin Booker, 44, 51 in 3 quarters, 41-20 against San Antonio Spurs last night. That boy is going to be ready for this game, I expect. And if he's going to be ready, I expect the other side to have 8 shooters that's been hot, and Tim Hardaway Jr., like you said, bro, against the team, they came out the second half against the Knicks with force, with motivation, with determination to just beat the shit out of Jalen Brunson. They did that and such. I think this game is going to be similar, very playoff style, I think. But again, we got 2 finger roll boys on both sides. We got Aiden and Christian Wood, the softest of the softest big men in the league. Dog, like, I don't really want to touch the game because I have to pick who's softer on the other side. And I honestly can't make out who's who at this point. But if anything, I'm going to go with the Suns, bro. Just because Dallas haven't been able to cover. I'm with Skee. You're going to have to show me, bro. You got to show me, man, because it's only right. Y'all haven't been able to cover. And then the last time that this happened, where a team had to play off of back-to-back going back to Mavericks, it was the Clippers. And the Clippers won in Houston, were able to go to Dallas, and they did lose that game. But again, that's a Clippers team that don't got all their pieces here. Chris Paul is out, of course, but the Suns have been playing really well without him, I think, without him. So I expect them to continue here to come in and do what they have to do. But again, I got to decide on which finger roll boy that I want to bet on, and I ain't touching this game just because of that, bro. I'm touching none of these soft dudes. So I'm staying away from this one, but if anything, I like the Suns if you give me a free play.
All right, there we go. Let's move on. The final game, Indiana, Golden State. Golden State 10.5 point home favorites. 237 is the total in this game. Indiana, I believe this is no, they have one more road game after this, but they've been on the road for a while. This is their sixth road game. They've got one more in Minnesota on Wednesday after this. It's getting worse, not better, as the road trip goes on. The highlight was that comeback against the Lakers, and since then, they've been roughed up. A 23-point loss at Sacramento, 20-point loss at Utah, 16-point loss at Portland last night. Now you're on a back-to-back as well. Golden State rested. Golden State, they don't play after this until Thursday night against Wednesday night at Utah. So it's not exactly a look-ahead spot. It would be Warriors or nothing here. I mean, you got a Indiana team kind of running on fumes. We've talked about the success on the home court. Houston win and cover, Chicago win and cover, Utah win and cover, Clippers win and cover, Knicks win and cover. That's just the last 5 home games for Golden State. You go back longer than that, they're still winning and covering in these spots. And Indiana running on fumes. I'd probably look at a first half full game split, if anything, on Golden State here. Skee, what do you think? Pacers, Warriors. I know you've been hitting on this theme over and over again with the Warriors at home. And look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kind of feels that way. And Indiana, I think, just ready to go home at this point. They're running on fumes.
Damn right. You just want to go home. It's their 6th straight road game. And this one is on the back-to-back without, their star player, MVP caliber.
Yeah, Halliburton.
Yeah. Come on now. McConnell he was out with COVID. You might not have him. Duarte's been out too. So I just think, you're missing too many guards on this Indiana side. That offense is not going to be looking right. I love Nembhard, but he can't do it all over there as far as keeping the offense going like that. So going up against Steph, that's a tall task. And this Indiana team, they're bottom 6 defending the 3 this season. So how I'm approaching this one, man, we know how good Golden State has been at the house. We've seen them turn it around lately. So start off with the Indiana side. They're 2-10 in the first half against the spread on the road with a minus 6.6 margin. And they have failed to cover every single first half in this road trip. Golden State, they are 9-3 in the first half against the spread at the house, and with a plus 6.3 margin. So that already puts me on the first half minus 6.5, and they've covered their last 5 too. And in the full game, just looking at what they've done the last 2 weeks, Golden State has covered every game. They've had 4 of them at the house. They've won by an average of 13.7 points per game, and the Pacers are 1-4 straight up and against the spread, losing by an average of 14.4 points per game. So not scared of the big number. Golden State's going to get the job done first half and full game.
There you go. First half and full game. First half for Golden State minus 6.5 right now, minus 7 in some spots, and then the full game 10.5, depending on where you look. Dutch, how about you? Pacers, Warriors.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Tiffany. I was gonna get you, Tiffany. I'm loaded, dog. I forgot you 2-3 motherfucking times. I got you though, girl. Don Mac, I see you, my dude. Yeah, Ski on one today, man. He said MVP Halliburton. I don't know how to come back and sign in just for that one. I mean, the guy's nice, but MVP, you got one. Okay, we'll leave it at that. But then Grapes, I see you, my man. Let's wear band go.
Got to be winning.
He wants to talk about Howie and the crew. I ain't got shit to say about this, man.
They wouldn't be over 500 if it wasn't for Halliburton.
Okay, but MVP come the fuck down, boy.
What did they look like with Sabonis without Halliburton?
Oh, Sabonis is. What are you doing in Sacramento, bro?
I'm just saying.
Sabonis is nice, bro. I will give it to you. Halliburton's better than I thought. You guys are right, but we talking MVP. I'm gonna have to calm your ass down a little bit.
Hey, Dutch just don't like him because his jump shot ugly. It's all right, bro.
Yeah,
go in.
What it is.
It go in.
Nah, he don't like none of them light skinned boys.
I mean, just say he's a little soft, bro. He's a little soft. He's nice though. He's nicer than I thought.
Hey, but no Hallie, no Pacers, dog. No Hallie, no Pacers.
No
man.
way.
Listen, no way. No Hallie, no way, bro.
No way,
I think he the MVP for sure on the East, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, I say for that team for sure. Let's just start there.
Tatum, you forgot about Tatum.
Right there. Let's just start there because I heard. I said
Okay.
Tatum. As soon as I said that, I said Tatum. I think he MVP of the league, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. So
hey, that's bets. He said he MVP of Skee and Wham's player props. That's it.
Yo, that's all we need. That's all we need. That's all we need.
That.
And you know what? To all y'all in the chat that's been cashing, MVP to y'all as well. So let's talk about it though. Like my boy said, man, Golden State been holding it down at the house. in the first half, particularly for sure. That's why I'm keying in on it. I agree with the full game look. I agree with the first quarter look. I'm just going to stick to the first half because the numbers, the trends do align as far as like you said, Skee, 2-10 ATS in the first half on the road for the Pacers, 9-3 ATS at the house for the Golden State Warriors. Making it very simple, bro. I do not like that Andrew Wiggins is out. He's been killing for them as far as defensive side and on the three-point side of things. But let's talk about it. If we get Jordan Poole in the lineup, you're still going to have that same type of force, still going to have that same type of shot making there. And they got guys that like Knicks. I like Knicks. You know what I'm saying? I like other guys that they've been having to try to throw into the rotation to make adjustments on the fly. I like what Steve Kerr is doing. And as far as not forcing Kuminga and all those guys to be jump shooters, I like that even more. Now, Klay Thompson is the problem, in my opinion. I know we have some people that may like Klay. Klay is a great Hall of Famer, top 75 player, but he's been more like Klay Thompson as of late. We need Klay to hit those shots, though. We need him to hit those shots to get over here, but I think they're going to do it against a team that, like we talked about, their MVP is gone. They got to rely on Miles Turner. That's tough, bro. That's a finger bro boy, if I ain't seen one in my life, alumni right there. You know what I'm saying? He been graduated. So I think that the Indiana Pacers are going to get smacked up. I'm just going to key in on the first half. I took the 6.5 first half with the Warriors.
All right, so more toward Golden State -6.5 first half here for Wham Bam when it comes to Pacers and Warriors. All right, great stuff. That is the Monday card. Hit the like button. 292 live viewers. Come on, everybody. Run it up. Hit that like button. We appreciate it very much. We want to run that shit up before we wrap up the show with Best Bets, which is coming right up. But first, we'll hear from Manscaped, Southtown 101. All right, Southtown 101. When you're in San Antonio, Texas, stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke, and manscaped.com. Get 20% off using promo code PubSports at manscaped.com. All right, Best Bets, Dutch's freshest look to wrap it up for a Medicate Monday, an OG Monday, and every other name you want to call it here on a Monday edition of the NBA Pub Hub show. Skee, what do you got for Best Bet?
Before I give my best bet, I'm going to say I heard all y'all. I even heard Razor in the chat. And if it wins, I give y'all the credit, each one of y'all, Dutch, Wham, Razor, Bobano. But if it lose, I'm going to treat y'all how y'all treat me with the Lakers when they lose. So that's how we go rock for that game. And my best bet for the show, I forgot to mention this trend, so I'm going to just mention it now. Unrested teams versus opponents on the front end of a back-to-back. They're 19-7 to the under and 8-3 to the under so far this year. So that is for two teams today, but for the best bet, we're rocking. That one's on the Phoenix Suns and Dallas Mavericks under the 221.5.
All right, there we go. Best bet for Skee Profit, the under with Phoenix and Dallas. Best bet, Dutch, freshest look.
Yeah, man. The difference between that game, Skee, is it's not a homer bet, man, when we do this shit, okay? Hey, but yeah, man, freshest look. We're going to the north. We're going to the motherfucking north. And I'm telling you what's on the menu for the Raptors. We eating, and it's baby motherfucking leprechauns all motherfucking day long. Come on, Raptors. Good money, -1.
All right, Raptors in a plus spot. We'll see if they can take advantage of it. Freshest look for Dutch. Wham, best bet.
We about to swing in the rain tonight, man. We're going back to the H-Town where they won't have two former stars beat them in consecutive days. We're going Houston Rockets in the first half, 7-1 ATS, and Jabari Smith Jr. over 2.5 3-point makes, man.
All right, there we go. Jabari Smith over 3-point makes, and also Rockets first half at +4.5 for Wham Bam for his best bets for this Monday card. My best bet for this slate, I'm going to rock with those Oklahoma City Thunder +6 against Atlanta. 6.5 is actually out there at Bookmaker. We'll go with that. Oklahoma City +6.5 against Atlanta. I'll dare the Hawks put the shit together, get their shit right, and show up on the floor tonight with Trey coming back with a little issue with them and the coach. And either way, Oklahoma City's just been hanging in there, competing, cashing his dogs. They've got SGA. They got everybody healthy again. And I think they're ready to give Atlanta a game tonight. Thunder plus the points for my best bet for this Monday card. That'll wrap up this edition of the NBA Pub Up. Thanks to everyone in the chat for joining us. Hit the like button on the way out, and we will be back again tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Join the show, Dutch hosting alongside Billy Briz and Durrell. So check them out tomorrow on the Tuesday edition of the NBA Pub Hub. And Connor Mack and me coming up with a very quick edition. Blink and you'll miss it because there's not many games in college basketball tonight, but a short show, but a show nevertheless. College basketball net profit coming up at the top of the hour. For Dutch, for Wham, for Skee, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Monday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. We'll see you again tomorrow for the NBA Pub Up right here. Same time, Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. Salute to the real ones, some OGs. I seen Sam Comer getting in the building. Mark Nick, it was great to see you as well. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed. Let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.